Petitioners who want to put an amendment on a Florida ballot will have to work harder and faster. The governor signed a new law that puts new restrictions on the process. Week News anchor Claire Galt is in studio with us. So Claire, there's been a lot of pushback here.
Russ, lawsuits have already been filed by groups who are hoping to get amendments on future ballots. And a lot of you at home have actually raised concern on our Wake News Facebook post. You can see here, we have 95 comments, some in support, many are not. Critics say it would make it nearly impossible to put initiatives on the ballot. Supporters say restrictions are a good thing. On election night 2024, voters for Amendments 3 and 4 left watch parties disappointed. The amendments would have legalized recreational marijuana and a woman's right to an abortion at any time for any reason. Both failed to get the necessary 60% of the vote, but it was close. So, the chair of the Lee County Democratic Party looked to the future.
We could try again.
6 months later, it may be more difficult to amend Florida's constitution. Governor Ron DeSantis signed a new bill into law. It requires petitioners to be U.S. citizens and Florida residents, decreases the time to submit signatures from 30 days to 10 days, and imposes new fines. State Senator Jonathan Martin told me the process was flawed and misleading.
By adding a constitutional amendment, you're bypassing the legislature, you're bypassing any laws that we pass in any given session, and you're actually creating new rules for the legislative process.
He pointed to Amendment 4 and said the language did not provide a real definition of healthcare practitioner.
Was it a doctor with an MD or a DO, or was it somebody who might be a registered nurse, or was it even a dentist? Because if you look at the definition that's in Florida statutes regarding what a healthcare provider is, that's a very, very broad definition. So those were considerations that if we were moving through the committee process in Tallahassee, those questions would be flushed out in the committee process in both the House and the Senate. There'd be amendments that are proposed. There'd be definitions that are provided.
Another issue, Martin said the petition process limits voter input. But last week, protesters in downtown Fort Myers made it clear they don't agree.
Hear our voice!
They're scaring people away.
What do you say to the people who say it's taking the power away from the people?
So I think what we have to focus on is we got to protect at all costs. One of the most important principles of a republic or a democracy is to protect the right of individuals to vote.
Martin was pointing to the fact that under the governor, the state's election crimes office launched an investigation. It showed some petition gatherers forged signatures or even engaged in identity theft. Now, in the past, Florida voters have approved initiatives like raising the state's minimum wage and approving the use of medical marijuana. Wink will keep you updated on any lawsuits or challenges to the new law. Russ.